My name is Khamphliay, a senior at the University of Kansas. As a college student, I use water every day. This is my water usage in a single day. I wash my face twice. I wash my teeth twice. I usually take a 10-minute shower. I flush the toilet at least 3 times a day. I wash my hands at least 3 times a day. I use my 16-ounce tumbler at least 4 times a day to drink water. I wash dishes. Some days, I also wash my clothes or use my dishwasher instead. In the end, each of these activities adds up. Now here's the breakdown of how much water I use for each activities I listed before. I use 2 gallons to wash my face twice. I use less than 2 gallons to brush my teeth twice. I use 2 gallons per minute while taking a shower. I use 9 gallons when flushing the toilet at least 3 times a day. I use less than 2 gallons to wash my hands at least 3 times a day. I drink less than 1 gallon of water per day. I use 20 gallons when I wash the dishes. I use 4 to 10 gallons when I use the dishwasher. I use 25 gallons when I wash my clothes. Think about this total amount of gallons of water I use. This ends up being a lot of water used in just a single day. Now on average, a typical American's water usage is 176 gallons of water per day, according to water.org. I have 2 water jugs in front of me now. Those 2 jugs have 2.5 gallons of water each day, totaling 5 gallons of water. Now imagine you can only use 5 gallons of water in a single day for everything. Think to yourself, are you able to do this? My response is that I could not do everything I need to do with only this amount of water. However, there are people in developing countries that do not have a choice like I do. For example, an average African family living in a country like Kenya or Senegal will only be able to use these 5 gallons of water each day for everything. I make this comparison because water is an essential resource in human lives. According to water.org, water is a renewable source but also a finite one. This water crisis not only affects people in developing countries such as those in Africa, but they affect people here in the United States too. I've become more aware of this global issue because of Red Dirt, a Kansas City startup company. Earlier this year, the co-founders of Red Dirt asked my agency to increase their brand awareness for a 6-month campaign. Red Dirt is addressing the global water crisis for its products. Each transition the company makes, the co-founders donate $5 to water.org, a nonprofit organization that provides services and money and allows for communities in developing countries to access clean water. Today, I'm going to explain the water crisis, who is Red Dirt, and the impact this company is making through its products to make a difference in this global issue. The water crisis. The water crisis is also known as water scarcity. This issue deals with the lack of water in regions around the world and the lack of clean access to water, according to the Water Project. Remember, the water crisis isn't only in faraway countries in Africa, it affects us as Americans too. In the United States, more than 2.5 million people lack access to clean water. Water is a resource we take for granted each day. Actions such as taking more than a 5-minute shower can contribute to the global water crisis. That's more water than someone in a developing country uses for an entire day. We each own a cell phone. Now think about how more people own a cell phone than a toilet. According to a new study by the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, Americans use twice the amount of water than they think they do. The article goes on to quote study author Shazeen Ateri that most Americans assume that water supply is both reliable and plentiful. Now in Africa, 345 million people lack access to clean water compared to the United States. The average person in developing countries hikes 3.7 miles for each day, usually carrying 40 pounds of water. This water is used for the family's drinking, washing, cleaning, and cooking activities. The lack of clean access to water can cause young women to drop out of school to help provide for their families too. I first learned about the women Africa hiking 3.7 miles each day while carrying 40 pounds of water from the co-founders of Red Dirt. Because I have been developing a campaign to increase Red Dirt's brand, it's also made me learn more about the water crisis through their firsthand experiences. The founders, Christina Eldridge and Dawn Taylor, created Red Dirt as a lifestyle product company that believes consumers can make a difference in solving the global water crisis through their purchases. In April 2013, Eldridge and Taylor founded Red Dirt in Kansas City, Missouri. After spending time in Africa, Eldridge and Taylor created a social impact company that aids countries suffering from the water crisis. Both Eldridge and Taylor have career background in nonprofit fundraising. Through their experiences volunteering in Africa, this is why they decided to create Red Dirt. Eldridge has volunteered in Africa by leading medical missions in Mali. Taylor has cared for children at an orphanage in Uganda, and she actually recently went on a trip this past December. According to Eldridge and Taylor, they wanted to change the limitations traditional charities face when implementing long-term solutions for those living in poverty. The Red Dirt's mission is goods for goods. Beautiful iPhone cases and teas made in partnership with artists, and each good enables clean water access for someone in need. This is Red Dirt's impact for its products. All Red Dirt products are made for artist collaboration. When the company first launched, Red Dirt products featured reproductions of original pieces created by local artists in the Kansas City area. In the past year, Red Dirt has expanded from local partners to artists around the world. The artists donate their time and designs to create limited edition products for Red Dirt. To date, more than 50 artists have partnered in collaboration with Red Dirt. Their biggest products are their cell phone cases, and according to the co-founders, the production cost of the Red Dirt's phone case is $19 and the retail price is $37. To expand their product line, they've also created t-shirts that have artist collaboration behind them as well. T-shirts from Red Dirt sell for $29 each. Red Dirt sells phone cases and apparel online at reddirtshop.com and has sold more than 1,100 products as of February 2014. Now, Eldridge and Taylor has created Red Dirt off their business model of social entrepreneurship. And they have created social impact through commerce by selling their products. The Red Dirt Company mission also states businesses can make immeasurable differences in the world and help solve problems within our lifetime, with each and every transaction. We believe in partnering with consumers and connecting them to people all over the world who benefit from their conscious choice of Red Dirt products. According to an article in Forbes magazine, social entrepreneurs focus on achieving success in nonprofit while benefiting philanthropic causes. Social impact companies generate on a for-profit business model while simultaneously doing good. Red Dirt's model, again, is goods for good. Red Dirt has created jobs in Mali, Africa by employing tailors to make fabric bags for our phone cases as well. Now, Red Dirt also works on a partnership with Water.org while trying to solve the global water crisis. For every Red Dirt product sold, $5 is donated to Water.org, a nonprofit organization that provides services and money and allows for communities to develop countries to access to clean water. Water.org launched in 2009 following the merge of Water Partners International and H2O Africa. Co-founded by Gary White and Matt Damon, Water.org is headquartered in Kansas City, Missouri, and stimulates local economies while providing clean water to countries in need. Less than a year of creating Red Dirt, the founders presented a $5,000 check to Water.org. This donation will provide a lifetime of clean water to 200 people. Overall, I've talked about my own water usage and how it affects the global water crisis. This issue not only affects those in developing countries, but also here in the United States as well. To help bring awareness to this issue, Red Dirt hopes by partnering with consumers as they make an impact to those in need. Remember, water is a renewable resource, but also a finite one.